I'm Veronica.
I'm Brianna.
I'm Brittany.
And I'm Sarah.
And my name's Becca. I'll be giving the speech today. Today the speech will be over the simple teaching style of braiding hair. I will be demonstrating this for you today. It may seem like it is just twisting hair one way or another, but it can be trickier than it looks without knowing the technique and how to actually braid. It could become a very frustrating task. I have been braiding my hair for several years now and often got compliments or people asking if someone else braided it for me. I also loved being able to braid other people's hair and have oftentimes been shocked at the amount of people who didn't know how to braid hair. Do you guys know how to braid hair?
Yes.
The 4 steps I will show you today. I will put my hair into a ponytail, which you can also not put it into ponytail, but personal preference. You will then separate it into 3 pieces or chunks. Next, you will weave in and out, and then you will tie it off, and then you can add like headbands or bobby pins or anything to keep the flyaways down, or hairspray, or however you do it. So, to begin, I will show you the first step. I will take my first ponytail. You can use a hairbrush or however you do it, but I just put my hair in a ponytail. Can you guys all see this okay? Okay. So just get it as smooth and even as you would like. Make sure it's at a comfortable position and height for you. Everyone has their own personal preference. And then as long as you have a nice ponytail, you'll be okay. So then the next step, we're going to separate it into 3 pieces. You want it to be as even as possible. So here's my first one. And then it also gets easier the more you do it, because then you kind of have a feel for how each piece should do it. So now I have 3 pieces, as you can see. So then the next step, we're going to start the weaving in and out. So the 2 outside pieces are going to go towards the middle, but you grab this piece and it comes to the outside. So the piece that was in the middle comes to the outside, and then you just have to kind of do the flow of it, and it's just crisscrossing in and out. It's trickier, but once you get practice, it becomes very easy. So just keep going and make sure you can kind of feel if it's even out and the thickness of it. So you keep going all the way. Unfortunately, with people with layers, I have layers in my hair, it can be kind of tricky towards the end because the pieces will start to flare out like that. But I mean, it's not a huge deal, it just kind of happens. So then you kind of see if that's how you like it and decide if you need to redo it or tighten it at all. This is how mine normally looks, so it looks okay. Then the last step is you're just going to tie it off. And then there's the braid, which is simple. So then you can see like the in and out. And then I like to add a headband to mine. It keeps the flyaways away and makes it nice and easy at work. And then I tighten it up at the top. And now I have a nice braid. So that's how you braid hair. And then also just use hairspray if you need to. It's not a big deal. I like to make sure that if I need to redo it at the end, I can, because sometimes like with the layers, it gets messed up and sometimes will be coming out earlier. But it also depends if you have long layers or short layers. Also, another thing to remember, you don't have to start it with a ponytail. You can just start from the down, having it down. So that's just something to keep in mind. It might be easier, but I like to put it in a ponytail because then to the side it's easier to do the braid movement and get used to the flow, because you don't have to do it from the back, which is also why a French braid, which starts from the top, and it's a lot trickier. It starts from the top, it's harder to do yourself. So this is why I think this way is the easiest style to start off with when learning how to braid hair. So now you've seen the 4 steps, and it can be simple and easy, but can turn into something that seems complex. But hopefully now you guys can see that it's easier than you may think, and you can maybe braid your hair if you desire. Of course, some people have short, long hair, however. So, in conclusion, I hope I was able to inform and show you all how to braid hair. To reiterate the 4 steps in braiding hair: you make a ponytail, separate into 3 pieces, then you weave the pieces in and out, which is the tricky part. It's the last part that you want to crisscross in and out. The outside pieces come to the middle, and the middle piece goes to the outside. And then lastly, you tie it off just like this, which is just the ponytail at the end. And then you can add anything, bobby pins if you have things at the back if you decide not to put a headband in to make sure that the pieces that may fall out of the braid, just because you have shorter hair or the layers. And then you can put hairspray in or however you want to do it. So I just want to say I've been braiding my hair and it has become a second nature to me. I have often got compliments which leaves me with a smile on my face. So I think that if it is a style that makes you comfortable, then it's always something to go for and shoot for. But of course it's always personal preference and just something that either helps or hurts your appearance, just however you look at it. So I hope you guys can now know how to braid hair, and thank you for watching my speech today.
I'm Veronica.
I'm Brianna.
I'm Brittany.
And I'm Sarah.